You know, now, Huskies 8-0 in the season after defeating Arizona yesterday by a score of 28-12. And, Don, you have to smile a little bit now because your team played very well in that second half. I want to know what you told them at halftime.
Well, we don't change much. You know, we go in and try to help them, try to correct the first half errors and help them out with a few things, maybe an adjustment here or there. But, you know, they responded well themselves.
You changed quarterbacks at halftime. Had you thought about that in the first half when Hugh Mellon was having his problems, a couple of fumbles, 3 pass interceptions?
We thought about it after probably 4 turnovers and decided we'd just go ahead and finish out the half with Hugh and discuss it as a staff at halftime.
Offense, they were able to get something going. You get a guy who finally rushes for over 100 yards, first time this season. Jock gets 119.
Well, that was good to see. I just felt like our offense was better, even though we turned the ball over so many times, and you can't accept that. But it just seemed like we blocked better and we ran a little harder.
Defense, sometimes. I mean, the crowd just comes alive when the defense comes on the field. They're awesome at times.
Well, they've just done an amazing job, and it's just incredible the number of turnovers that they've gotten this year, and to get 10 more yesterday and block 2 punts, intercept a go for 2 pass. I would say that's a pretty good outing.
This team surprised you at all sometimes?
I'm surprised every week.
We'll be back at the opening kickoff of the Arizona game right after. Wins the toss, but they defer. They elect to kick off. Huskies receive, and Danny Green's going to get the football, as you see it, about the 12.
It's interesting. We got the ball and got the wind also. At least we thought the wind was blowing out of the west.
Now, after last week, you're criticized for not putting the ball in the air enough, or at least not putting the ball in the air deep. You get a big gain here.
Well, what we had on was a pump route for Danny Green. He was going to go out and have a little stutter step and try to go deep. And they backed off and covered him real well, but Hugh came off to a secondary receiver and picked up Mark Patterson. And Mark does a good job with the ball after the catch. 26 yards for Mark Patterson. Washington moves the ball out to midfield, and the crowd came alive. Well, that's about 25% of the offense that we got last week.
It really was. Was that the feeling? Now you go here, Robinson to the outside for 2. That you want to put the ball in the air a little bit more?
I just wanted to open up. We had to open up our formations, give them some adjustments, some different looks.
Second and 8 at the 48.
And we had to throw more. At least, you know, there's a little safe pass to Danny Green right over the middle for 4 yards.
So 3rd and 4 at the 44. Mellon rolling to the outside. Going to try to run with the football.
He thought he could make it here, and you know, you see he's reaching out trying to get it, but he's going to come up a couple yards short.
So 4th and 3, going to have to kick it away. Thane Cleland, 42-yard kick, and this is a beauty.
Well, they had good hang time too. This was over 4 seconds. And they just do a great job of what we call our sky punt. And the guys work on it every day. And that's a tough place to start your offense right there.
Adams, left guard, no gain.
Good play by Meammer and Small. They're both sitting there waiting for it.
You put 4-man front in there and just figure they're going to run the ball right at you?
Well, we did, and then they came out with a play-action pass, but we had a little heat on them. Ron Holmes was up in his face, and our guys were back there. They were not fooled by the pass.
3rd and 10, shotgun. Haven't seen that this year. Jenkins, he's going to keep it and almost get first down.
Well, that's just one thing that he's been good at, and you know, he's so big and strong. They've got him listed at 6'4", 225, but Albert, Kelly, and Small all got a good piece of him.
Lawton, 42-yard kick. Ron Milas with the football. He'll return it 9 yards, and Washington will take over 1st and 10 at the Arizona 42. Great field position.
Yeah, that's excellent. That's almost a first down there by Ron Milas on the return, so we'll take that.
Millen throwing. 6 of 16, just missed.
I don't really understand why Danny fell. I thought he could just run under the ball, and I don't know if he was trying to trap it or what. But we come back with an option. This was one thing we thought we could do to maybe help our offenses run the option. So you saw it, one play, and we fumbled. So.
And the option went back in the bag again?
Yeah, it sure did.
Save that for another
game. That's why a lot of people don't run it for that reason right there.
1st and 10 for Arizona in the 39. Adams for 3.
Jimmy Rogers made the tackle and tripping him up. He's a little guy. He's about 5'6", but he's a tough little
Oh, he really is. Jenkins to throw. And ball knocked away by Meammer. I thought that the ball was going to be complete here. Let's see if in the end zone.
You couldn't tell from our front. No, I think he gets it out right away. I'm not sure he had possession. I think and the official was right on it.
So 3rd and 7 now for the Wildcats. Jenkins going to throw again. This time misses. His man's going to bring up 4th down.
Now he overthrows a little bit, and there was a lot of that Saturday.
4th and 7 at 42. Punt partially blocked by Gaffney, it appears, but you watching the replay and see for yourself.
Well, they get a clipping call on this. And see Mike's upfield. Now, number 19 pushes him in the back.
And pushes him right into the kicker?
Yeah, and that should itself be a penalty. I don't think he got the ball, did he?
No, he didn't get the ball.
Yeah, so It should have been a clipping call. It probably should have been a hit, a definite late hit on us and the kicker.
First and 10 at the 46. Fenny for a couple of yards. Jock Robinson straight ahead. Now, they are second in the country against the run, giving up something like 72 yards a game.
Yeah, they're a real good, strong physical football team. We make a mistake here, a couple of mistakes. Number one, we don't pick up the blitz, and number two, we, Hughes trying to down the ball, and this can be real dangerous. You're not only going to get penalized here. He sees Jock there, but there's no way I don't think of getting him the ball.
And that's intentionally grounding the football?
Yes.
Okay.
So that gets us back to a 4th and 23.
Adams almost going to lose the ball here. The wet turf.
I thought at the time if he'd let it roll, it probably would have rolled in the end zone.
I think it would.
But I know what he's thinking. He's saying, I don't want that thing to go down to 1 and quit.
No, especially not what happened before.
Yeah.
3 yards by Adams.
Over it in for Husky.
Little guy, as you said, 5'6", 5'7". Adams again. Runs hard, only gets 3.
Good play by Kelly and Jimmy Rogers.
Husky's going to be offside, so they get a first down, 1st and 10 at the Arizona 25. Barnett, this is good for 13 yards and a first down.
A lot of underneath routes, and those were the things they were trying to. We played a lot of zone, but they wanted to throw underneath it.
Adams to the outside, and you can see how fast he is.
He's got very good quickness. It's just not very well played by us. Blocked pretty well by them. Peoples made the tackle.
Johnson for 4 and another first down, and a Wildcats on the move.
Holmes, Hadley, and Meehan were all on that tackle.
Jenkins throwing to Dobbins over the middle. Great catch there.
Ronnie was coming free, Ronnie Holmes, and forced a quicker throw, and Meehan was right there. Dobbins picks up 5 yards, though.
Oh, you see the hit there after 2.
That's Hadley on the initial tackle.
So 3rd and 3 at the 42. Johnson to the outside, and he will lose 4.
Now, this is a good play by Freddie Small. He comes up underneath the block, and it's a little bit reminiscent of our first toss sweep last week against Oregon. We lost 9 yards. You just can't let that guy up underneath.
Now, you decline a penalty, illegal use of the hands, just to force them to kick the ball away now.
4th down, we were out of it. We didn't want to give him a chance to throw.
Okay, Lawton's going to kick it into the end zone, so Washington will take over. 1st and 10 at their own 20. Hugh Millen looking again. Jock Robinson wide open over the middle for 7.
Well, again, against zone coverages, and it looked like that's what they wanted to play against us a lot, unless they were blitzing, especially in early downs. That's what we wanted to do, just throw short. Now, we got this play blocked pretty well to the outside, but Jock slips, and so we're going to go back with another pass, pick up Rod Jones for about 5 yards, first down.
Good for you. As you mentioned, a first down at the 31. Millen looking at Jones again, and just misses it.
Well, Rod forgot something. He's supposed to go in there and hook, and he kept sliding and moving, and it really made it tough on Hugh. Hughes expecting to stop right there in the middle, and I hear Hughes, comes out of pass rush and does a pretty good job of getting upfield, but he lets the ball get out, so that's a real critical error from turning the ball over. It's just, you can't excuse it. I don't care when it is or what the weather is. You just got to lock it away. And
situation like now, bring that other hand, get it up on the ball.
Yeah,
right there. Protect the football.
You see the fellow that hit him second from the other side, the one that got the ball out. But,
so Arizona has it now, 1st and 10 at the 46. Now, you had 5 fumbles and lost 5 fumbles. Wet going. Jenkins throwing, and it's going to be picked off by Bestie Jackson.
Tim Peoples did an excellent job in taking out the receiver, and Bestie played the ball. It's how you'd like your secondary to react to every deep ball. If you can catch it, fine, but somebody's got to take that receiver out of there.
And Bestie Jackson, he has 4 interceptions in the year. He'll get another one before this game is over. Huskies had only 13 interceptions last year, and I think, he had 24 this year already.
They've got a bunch. I think that experience helps. All these players out there basically have been out there a lot, and the key thing that we're doing this year is when we're getting the opportunity to intercept, we're not dropping as many.
1st and 10 at the 35. Jock Robinson straight up the middle. No gain.
Draw play, and played well by
2nd and 10. Millen puts in the air, tipped away, intercepted by Vessling of Arizona.
See, now he really wrapped that ball up when he knew he was going to get hit. Now, this was just, there's too many guys out there, of their guys down there. And could have had that ball down, and Mark could have got up underneath fine. But there's 4 of their players. And there was an underneath route that was open, but we all, worked so much this week of getting the ball downfield. So
you're going to look at that and say maybe that's the way to go. So Arizona takes over, 1st and 10 at the 41. Oh, good play there.
Yeah, Lewis and Pearson, that was a shotgun sort of sweep out of it off tackle here. They fumble a snap, and Timmy Emmer gets right on it.
Get a chance to look at it. The ball's loose here, and the Amber just reaches in under the pile, picks it up. So Washington has the football. 1st and 10 now in a wild game at the 45. Jock Robinson for 16 yards.
Trying to get an off-tackle play blocked. Finney, Maher, Robertson all made good blocks. But this gives us a little life. You know, again, with all the struggles we had last week with our offense, it's amazing what a 16-play drive will do for your confidence.
A good run, as you see, by Jock. Big day, as we'd mentioned. He had 119 yards in the ball game. Nothing, and I think a lot of people begin to wonder whether there's going to be a score in this ball game after that first quarter.
Well, it's definitely pretty good defense by our defense. Both teams have made a few yards. I think we probably had a few more than they did, but I don't think anyone's going to dream of what's coming up.
Oh, not at all. Weather really a factor, though. I mean, that dictated a lot of the things.
Well, it was cool. As everybody knows, it was a little damp and a little windy, but again, you still got to go out and play regardless of the weather.
Oh, we're going to have more. We'll have the second quarter for you right after. Field position at the Arizona 39. Finney straight ahead for 3.
We pick up 3, just a basic hit-out play. We come back with Jock Robinson around left end, and
he can block it very well.
Gets 3 more. We've got to do a little better than that.
3rd and 4. Millen looking for Green, and he throws it too far.
Ball came off his hand a little funny. I think he wanted it upfield a little bit more. Danny was open. I think it was a good judgment to throw.
You decided to attempt a field goal here. It'd been a 50-yarder.
Yeah, we had a fake field goal on. I thought we would have. In fact, our right wing and our right end ran out for the fake field goal pass. There was a mix-up in the signals.
Oh, just in the signals? That's why it wasn't right?
Yeah, and Chris Chandler makes the decision. He made a good decision. They came up with a different look than we had seen. But they've been running it too deep, and I thought sure we could complete a pass against them.
2nd and 6 at the 48. Johnson. He's going to get forward to the outside, so it's going to bring up now 3rd and 2 at the 48. Jenkins looking, throwing. It will be picked off by Rogers, and for a second it looked like he might get to the end zone.
Well, it's just a great turnover, and you got to give Timmy Emmer a lot of the credit, because whenever you can put pressure on the quarterback, they'll make decisions like this. And Jimmy picks up a 25-yard return, and we turn it over in a 27-yard line. That's not bad.
Not bad at all. Robinson with the ball. Jock looking for some daylight, nothing there.
Yeah, again, we'd like a better first down play, but this sets up a pass, so we're going to throw an interception.
Millen throwing, looking for Green. That's going to be picked off.
The cornerback had the flat. He just did a great job of coming underneath it.
Now, bad decision to throw here?
Well, when he threw it, it looked like Green was open. But their cornerback made a good play on it.
And Arizona gets the football. 1st and 10, back at the 6, but after a penalty, he's going to drive him to the 3. Freeman on a pitch. There's nothing there.
Good play by Ron Holmes and Timmy Emmer. You see him get out there on it. Ron Hadley also.
2nd and 12. Jenkins. Good catch. The outside to Horton for 11.
Ron Miles on the man coverage, and good route. Good execution by Arizona on that play.
3rd and 1. They get a first down. Adams for 5.
Jackson and Holmes on the stop.
Oh, they're moving the football. 1st and 10 out to 20. Jenkins throwing. Ooh, great hit.
Play action, and they were really trying to get 2 people deep on Vesty Jackson, and he just did a great job. He sat right in the middle of his zone, read the quarterback all the way, and made that break on the play. Just a very fine play by Vesty.
Very active Arizona sideline. I mean, they were hollering pass interference.
They were begging.
Yes.
That's
Barnett for 5. Yeah. 3rd and 5. Jenkins. Oh, you almost had him.
It always hurts when you get a quarterback out of the pocket. We're in a man underneath coverage, and Timmy Emmer, this man just got a step on him. We covered him, it seemed like forever.
That was good for 24. There at the Arizona 49. Adams takes it across midfield.
Small and Lewis.
2nd and 8. Jenkins looking for Dobbins. Nothing there. Kelly covering on the play.
They had a lot of time, but you see, we're going 3-man rushes, some and 4-man, and we'll run a blitz occasionally. This was a 3-man rush, and they hit the delay pattern again.
But they're going to be penalized for holding, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 18. Jenkins is
quick kick.
Going to have quick kick. Yeah.
We didn't have anybody back, but
that doesn't make. I mean, that's a good choice by them.
Sure.
Yeah.
We can't return it, and
so the ball at the 16. Cookie Jackson in now for 4. Illegal motion on Washington's going to take the ball back to the 11. So 1st and 15.
It was a pretty well blocked play. We come back now, and they really stuff us up on an off-tackle play.
2nd and 14. A safe pass here. Millen looking upfield, goes to the outside to Jackson. That'll be good for 5. And you don't want to do anything down here.
No, he knows that he was very well aware of where he is on the field.
3rd and 9 at 17. No score in the game. Over the middle, just incomplete.
And that would have been a real critical play for us. And,
would have been. Thane Cleland to kick. 40-yard kick. Ball's going to go out of bounds, and Arizona will take over at their own 43. Now, that's not bad.
Oh, that's excellent there. You know, there's no chance of return, and pretty well executed.
Oh, you like this play. Deflected, picked off by Freddie Small.
That's what I think the cold weather did. I think they're just some relatively easy passes to catch that were tipped because of the cold hands. And they came up Friday, and they worked in the Kingdom. I was amazed that they wouldn't come out and get used to our field.
I was too.
And get in the weather.
Why wouldn't you get out there and work on that wet turf for a while?
And the one comment I heard someone make, I don't know why, but they said it was just the fact Kingdom was closer to the hotel, but downtown Seattle is not very far from the university.
No, I don't think so too. And if you're going to play on a wet turf the next day, and a good chance it's going to be raining, I think you'd work there too. Washington, 1st and 10 at the Arizona 25. Jock Robinson for 5.
It's not a bad first down play for us. Puts a little more pressure on the defensive signal calling.
2nd and 5. Millen to Roten over the center. Now, are you thinking, obviously, touchdown here, but you don't want to let it get away?
I'd like to get something. You know,
yes.
It's important that you get something on the board. So Roberts and Finney make pretty good blocks there for Jock to get the first down. We come back to the counter play, and you know, not much. They're playing it pretty well. It's a 2-yard game.
So 2nd and 8 at the 12. Finney straight ahead, bangs his way down to the 10. Now you're really thinking the field goal.
Well, we want to, we want to throw. We still think we're okay, and you know, we got Tony Roten wide open.
And the ball just slips out of his hand.
Yeah, and they call it an incomplete pass, so we're fortunate of that. But
yeah,
we get an opportunity to kick a field goal, but Jeff just has it a little bit to the left.
So how far left did he miss it?
A good bit. It wasn't close.
Oh, wasn't it close?
No.
Okay. 1st and 10 at the 20. It breaks his strength. 16 straight games with a field goal, the Husky record.
He had his chances.
Yeah, it's true, he did. 2nd and 8 at the 22.
They run a couple sweeps against us. On the second one, Reggie Rogers gets upfield and throws Johnson for 3-yard loss. Good play.
You see it again. Johnson on the outside. Big number 51 at 6'7", about 235. He gets some help in there, too.
Yeah, Ron Miles came up, supported.
3rd and 11 now at the 19. Barnett hit by Rogers, fumbles, and Meamber comes up with it.
Yeah, this Tim's secondary fumble recovery. The ball just kind of squirts out there. I didn't see anybody do a lot to get it out, but it's just a fantastic break.
You have the ball on the 17. Millen to Robinson. He throws it low, and then the play and the pass. And
well, this ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage, and
right there.
I think it was tipped then downfield.
Right there.
And we had the receiver wide open, but it's one of those things, a little bit like Alvord's touchdown. Being in the right place and ball's there, all you do is run it in. Mark Patterson does a pretty good job of running this down. He gains a lot of ground. That was him right there in the last-ditch attempt.
Yeah, you get to see it again. The ball, and the thing was, the ball was tipped. I think a lot of people didn't see the ball.
Yeah, the receiver was open, and it was a good decision to throw. Just we did not get the hands down of the one rusher. And we spend a lot of time with that in your pass protection, of blocking. Stay with your man, keep his hands in.
But you throw it to the outside like that, and there's nobody out there to protect. You get in a situation like that, and unfortunately, sometimes this happens.
If that's the case, you'd throw every pass right down the middle, I guess. You can't worry about that.
It kicked an extra point, 68 consecutive extra points, and unbelievable as it seems, he missed that one.
Well, I'm sure that was a shock to him, and gave our guys a little bit of a lift. They knew they didn't have to come back and score a couple touchdowns. If we can just keep that score rate where they are, touchdown, extra point will win it for us.
Now you go in knowing when you go into the locker room you're going to change quarterbacks right then. You say, okay, fine, we're going to go with Sikora.
Well, in my own mind, I was pretty certain I was going to do it. I did want to, present it to the offensive staff and get their opinion.
What are the changes now did you make at halftime? Because your team came out just with a lift and things begin to change.
Well, I think there were some minor changes. I don't think there was anything really that new that we hadn't seen. It was just a matter of getting some audibles and doing a better job of blocking. And please don't turn the ball over. 5 turnovers in the first half is that's just incredible.
Did you get after your team? Now sometimes you're quiet, you don't say too much, did you get after them pretty much?
We basically never try to get after them at halftime. We want to pick them up. We want to help them play better. And if I could detect that the team was loafing and not playing hard, not concentrating, then I would get after them. I didn't have that feeling.
Okay, halftime. Washington trails 6-0. You know what the final score was. So wait for the second half. We'll be back right after this. Just a moment, but first, here's Rick Meter's halftime feature.
Until this year, you probably hadn't heard much about Tony Lewis. A senior from Vancouver, he came here as a linebacker, made the switch to defensive tackle, worked and waited his turn, and now finds himself right in the thick of things.
Like you say, there's been some rocks in the road that, I've had to go over or get over. I've had some problems with some, little injuries in the beginning. And it was just the weight, the time of waiting. It wasn't anything like come right in and see a lot of playing time or anything like that. So, that's always tough.
There may be more talented players on this football team, but none more determined than Tony Lewis. He's not the biggest or fastest man on the field, but he makes his share of big plays, and so far this season is going just the way he planned.
I had my mind made up before this all started that, hey, we're not going to have nothing's going to go wrong. No injuries, no setbacks, no nothing. We're going to just go forward and just keep going forward. So that's the attitude and approach that I've taken, and in 4 more games, I'll be able to sit back and hopefully say, hey, it went that way.
Tony Lewis likes to cook, mostly on Sunday mornings during the season. He says pancakes are his specialty, but that's not his only dish.
Tonight's it's spaghetti. I'm a pretty big spaghetti fan too. So I got Mom's secret recipe for the sauce, and I'm going to attempt to make some spaghetti here. I learned to cook as a kid, in the kitchen all the time bothering Mom, I'd have to say. And as Mom said, she's not going to have any kids that can't cook.
Mom would have been proud of her kids' efforts on this occasion, and Tony's friends, Tammy, Angela, and Juan, were suitably impressed. Like most of his teammates, Tony Lewis will tell you the highlight of this season was the victory over Michigan in Ann Arbor. It might have been his best game, but the best part was winning.
To go out and to win as a team, for our team to defeat another team, that's the highlight right there. The competition, the competitiveness, viewing a guy across from you, and who's going to win the battle.
Tony Lewis had to win a few battles just to get the chance to play at Washington, but he's a player now and can't wait for Saturdays to come.
You take where you really kind of settle down on Thursday and Friday, and you think about what you got to do on Saturday, and you try and keep that all bottled up until you run down that tunnel and just let it all out. And then you see the fans, and you think about the wave getting going, and then the band starts playing, and it's just the most fun anybody could have on a Saturday.
Tony, I'll tell you, those people out there love it too. That defense, now called Purple Rain, isn't that something? 44 turnovers this year, I think, or takeaways rather, and the NCAA record now is 57. They're playing about as well as they can.
Oh, it'd be hard to expect much more. You figure last week they got to 10 turnovers and actually had a shutout. They did not let Arizona score.
What do you tell, now you change quarterbacks, what do you tell Paul Cicero now as he gets ready to come in, play his first, real serious action for you going out?
Well, we didn't tell him a lot. Paul, you're the guy. He knew what we had to do. He knew we had to stop turning it over. And so I think that he's worked hard to prepare himself, and he was anxious to get the opportunity.
Okay, we'll be back. Watch Paul Cicero in action. Have the second half for you in just a moment. With Arizona leading by a score of 6-0, disappointing to have to give up the football just like this.
Well, they deferred. We took the choice of the ball, and now they're going to get their opportunity. So, we don't feel bad. We kind of enjoy kicking off because we've talked so many times that the kickoff team invariably receives better field position than the team that receives it initially. Now, this right here, this long run there of 19 yards, destroys what we were trying to get out of field position. This is just a toss sweep.
And Freeman.
We miss a tackle here, and then J.C. Pearson finally comes up and makes it.
Move the ball out to the Arizona 41. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats there. Barnett up the middle for 3. Did they do anything different in the second half?
Well, it looked like all they were going to do is run.
Yeah,
they came out.
Opposed to
and, sit on the score. And they had these plays in. They just came back and started using them more. They're running sweeps into our coverage schemes.
That was good for 8. 1st and 10 at the 48. Johnson, the left side. Good play.
Yeah, Joe Kelly read that thing, and he's upfield, and that's what you need now. It's 2nd and 10.
Now it changes the running game a little.
Yeah,
Adams for only 1.
Still elect to come out and run a sweep, and Jimmy Rogers is over there, and he makes that stop.
3rd and 9 at the 47. Jenkins. If those are too high. Now,
Yeah.
almost pass interference over there, was it?
I don't think it was close. Ron Miles, saw the ball was overthrown. He was just trying to pull up.
Lawton to kick, 32-yard kick. Ron Miles with the ball is going to be hit hard there, picks up 6. First and 10 now at the Washington 21. And Paul Sicaro, this is the first time his parents haven't been at a football game because his father's president at Southern Oregon College. They had homecoming this weekend.
Yeah, so he elected to stay down there.
He had to stay down there, right?
It's a good run there by Jock, picks up 8.
Second and 2 at the 29. Robinson for 5.
Good blocks there by Dennis Maher and Al Robertson.
So first and 10 now at the 34. Jock Robinson will get 3.
It's back to the sweep, and this was a play we got away from last week. We ran it only once, but we have to make the sweep go and get some things out of it.
Second and 7. Sicaro looking, going to Robinson. He's going to get 2.
Well, the key thing is that Paul avoided the rush and avoided the sack. The negative yards and minus yards are what get you.
So illegal procedure gives Washington a first down, and Fanny takes it straight ahead for 3. Second and 7, 47. Sicaro. And it's going to be tipped, intended for Roten, and intercepted.
Now, when you put that ball up there in his zone coverage, now he just threw it a little bit high. We got to expect Tony to catch or get it down, but when those high balls on those wet days, that's what's going to happen.
Arizona with the football. First and 10 at the 39. They had illegal procedure. Then Jenkins comes back and throws incomplete, and Meamber almost had it.
Yeah, he almost intercepted. Made an excellent play on the ball.
Second and 15. This one will be picked off by Kelly. What a play
this is just a great play. He hangs around on that sideline and actually gets a penalty, which was a key penalty. It gave us
it really is.
First down and 1 for half the distance penalty here. So
Kelly has 4 interceptions this year. You watch Joe. Now watch him. He's going to go out of bounds and right there.
He does get hit. It looked like 20 was trying to pull off, but we're fortunate to get a call.
Robinson.
Well, he gets first down. It's first down and 1 with the penalty situation.
That's for 2 yards. First and goal now at the 8 as he gets the first down. Sicaro, good pass to Jones. That's good for 6.
Well, they backed off a little bit, so boy, that's a big first down play, especially down here.
Yeah, this is. I think a lot of people think he would run down here.
I think Arizona might have too.
They would have thought
probably why it was a good call.
Yeah. Second and goal at the 2. Good blocking on the left side.
It was. We got good fullback lead. We got Lance Poirier in there. It's Al Robertson and Dennis Maher's side again. So and it's good upfield, tough running by Jock.
So Washington scores on the scoreboard for the first time. The extra point by Jaeger is good, and the Huskies lead it 7-6 with 7:50 to play in the third quarter.
Well, that was a relief. I don't think there's any question that everybody now felt, let's not make the big mistakes. Our defense is playing pretty well. If we have to win at 7-6, let's win at 7-6.
Johnson returns at 18 yards, so they'll take over first and 10 at the 22. Jenkins.
Barber and Wascom on a tackle. Now, we're going to tip one and almost get another one.
That's Ron Holmes. Wouldn't that have been something?
Yep. Turn it right around. But
second and 10. Jenkins going to Horton. He's pretty good rush in the side, too.
Yeah, he saw it coming, I'm sure, and he just overthrew the ball.
Third and 10 at the 22. Jenkins on a keep, and watch what he does.
And we get out of the rush lanes, and he's a big guy, an excellent athlete, and he just does a great job of getting up the field for 17 yards. I can see there's nothing in front of him, and we disintegrated a little bit in our rush lanes, as I mentioned, and boy, quarterbacks should see that.
See that? You get a smile on your face and start to run. 17 yards and a first down. First and 10 at the 39. Freeman. This will be good for 3.
Off tackle play. Tony Lewis made the stop.
Second and 7. Jenkins. This bad pass in center. Second one of the ball game, and he's going to lose 4.
We got a blitz on. I think he may have read it. Sometimes quarterbacks will do that. They try to get out there a little bit early. Good hit here by Steve Albert. Just a.
Steve Albert's turning quite a football player. Nose guards.
That's the thing about all of our players are getting better, but he's a young player that's getting better each week.
A loss of 7. Fourth and 18 now to 31. That defense and the crowd, they come alive.
Now there's a clip again. You can see the end man in the line of scrimmage took Mike Gaffey and pushed him back into the punter.
Now there were some. Larry Smith didn't have some kind things to say about the officials afterwards. He said, you're getting special treatment, SC, all those other people.
I would guess if you talk to us in SC, I doubt if you'd get either one of us to agree with that statement.
Robinson for 6 on second and 5 at the 48.
I think the key thing is they're out there doing a very difficult job, and there's a tremendous amount of honesty and integrity among those men. And I don't think there's, they just can't get involved with teams. They just call the plays as they see them.
Clipping against Washington on the play. 1st and 21 at the 48. Cicero trying to set up a screen pass and throws behind Jock Robinson.
Well, that probably was just as well we didn't catch that. We could have lost some yards on it.
2nd and 21. Cicero again.
Paul scrambles here and picks up 7, and you see he's got that ball locked away, and that's extremely important. Get some field position back. It's now 3rd and 14.
He's in the end zone here. Jock Robinson going straight ahead for 6 yards. But now it's going to bring up 4th down. 4th and 8 at the 44, and Thane Cleland's going to have to kick it away. Fair catch by Adams, but not bad at the 15.
No, it's a good catch. We tell him anything inside the 20 is a bonus, and don't kick it in the end zone. That's the positive yards we're trying to get on that play. Good play by Arizona here, and an off-tackle play. Kelly Namber gets tackled.
2nd and 5. Jenkins throwing long, and there's nobody there.
Again, there's a lot of pressure on him from the backside there, and by now he probably has a feel for that. Excellent pressure again.
On 3rd and 5, that's good for 10 and a 1st down. So 1st and 10 now at the Arizona 30. Adams for 3 up the middle. Not much more there.
Really good hit by Kelly and Rogers.
2nd and 7 at the 33. Watch this. Hit by Small, ball in the air. Albert picks it up and runs it in for a
So I mentioned it's just like the play they scored on. It's one of those being in the right place at the right time, or the defense or the offensive teams did not have much of an opportunity. Again, the pressure by Freddie Small, the hit by Freddie Small, popped the ball up. And
great hands by Albert.
Yeah, he's got that ball locked away.
Oh, yes. He's looking around and said, we'll talk to him after the ball game.
That was another very large play, obviously.
Oh, it certainly was. Here, you see it another time. Like this play so well, we'll play it back for you 3 times.
Huh? We're going to break those tackles.
Yes. Big running back. Is he a tight end in high school? Was he?
He may have played some. It seems to me like he was an offensive defensive line.
Well, he handled that ball with ease. Extra point is up. And at the end of the 3rd quarter, Washington leads by a score of 14-6. And just like that. And everything begins to happen now. People get excited, and the crowd does, and team does, and you get a lift there.
Well, it's where it looked like we very well could have lost the game up for the first 3 quarters. Right here at the end of the 3rd quarter gives us an opportunity to now really continue to play well defensively, and we've got a victory.
I mentioned the crowd a moment ago. It makes a difference, doesn't it? You see those players down there, they get the crowd involved in the ball game. They can hear it, and you hear that roar of the crowd.
Oh, there's no question that the lift you get, it's just having a full house is one thing, but then when we can create some plays and get some enthusiasm out of that crowd, and they'll respond if we can just go out and do our part.
We'll be back. We'll have the 4th quarter for you right after this.
Good downfield coverage, and Reggie Rogers makes the tackle.
3rd and 9. Connors throwing to Horton. Incomplete. Almost picked off, and that had a chance.
Just not a very well thrown ball. He's got to be a little nervous, though. He can see what's going on out there.
Tim Peoples blocks the punt, and Washington will recover the football, and the Huskies have it again. Look at this.
That's an athlete's play right there. He accelerated. They bumped him a little bit and tried to keep him from rushing, but he just got up in the air. Great timing.
Ball still loose.
Trying to get the ball, and well, they know, it's our ball. Just try to pick it up and run with it on this situation.
So Washington will have it. 1st and 10 now, or 1st and goal at the Arizona 8. Jock Robinson, loses 2.
Yeah, not a very good 1st down play. We let one of their players get upfield on that little toss sweep.
2nd and goal.
This one blocked as well as anything we've done this year. You look at
now watch it again.
Roden, Maher, Lance Fourier, Hunt, Burnham. We've got a hole. We've got people blocked. And, that's really great to see, because as we know, last week we didn't see much of that.
Here's Jock straight ahead to get in. Oh, that's close.
Again, Gogan, Burnham, and Finney. Good blocks. See, there's Gogan's block, 72 coming down. There's Finney leading
right
through.
At the goal line. Just gets the ball in. That's very close.
It was very close. I don't think we could have complained either way.
There's the extra point by Jager, and it's 21-6. Now, the ball's on the 1-inch line. Would you have gone for it on 4th down there?
It would have been, our plans are anything less than a yard to go for it. It would have been a tough decision, because field goal would have looked pretty good there, too.
It really would have. Almost breaks out of the tackle. That's Johnson.
Picks up 16, but Miles Lambright Barber made a good play on it.
1st and 10 at the 20. Connor throwing to Dobbins, and what a hit.
This was just a fine tackle by Joe Kelly.
Take a look at this. Right here.
He's got a perfect angle, and it's just a very, very good play. I'm amazed that when their trainer came out, it looked like he was really getting on the official for something that we were doing. to know that that was their responsibility to do that. But they come right back, get another tip ball. We've seen a lot of them today, but and Fred Small is going to get another interception.
Hey, look at it again. That's a shot.
And that's a play that they would normally make.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of play I think the weather had something to do with. The cold hands and the football when it's thrown, it's a hard thing to handle with cold weather.
Oh yeah, you get down that sideline late in the ball game. That wind's whipping off the lake. It is cold. Ask SC. They know about that over a few years.
Rick Finney picks up 4, so it's a good first down play for us.
Robinson is going to be hit. Now he thought he was down before he lost the football. It was very close.
Well, again, the key thing is don't ever fumble. Get up and
handle
the ball to the official, and you don't have to worry about those tough calls. The only thing is the whistle could have blown, but the ground didn't cause the fumble. They got it out.
So Jock fumbles. Arizona has it.
We come right back with great pressure. Just a 4-man rush, but we can see Small makes a tackle, but Ron Holmes is up in his face, and there's not much you can do. There's Freddie right there.
Lose 2 yards, so it's 2nd and 12 now at the 28. Connor going to throw this time looking for Parrish.
Got pressure, just dumps it off, and but it's only 3-yard gain. Kelly and Frykowski on the tackle.
3rd and 9 at 31. Connor back. Going to be hit by Ron Holmes and a loss of 4.
Yeah, this is a sack by Ron, and our guys have got every advantage now. We know the score. We know what they've got to do if they're going to catch up. So we're really just you talk about laying back your ears.
You're really coming out, especially with a defense like you had.
No. There's a punt. Ron picks up another good return, 11-yard return. So that's just 1 first down, basically, the offense doesn't have to make.
So 1st and 10 now for Washington at the Husky 48. They lead it by a score of 21-6. Jock Robinson.
Toss sweep for 2.
So 2nd and 8 at the 50. And here's Jock trying to go outside, and there's nothing there.
Off-tack play. And again, I think every now and then you have to say something good about the opponents, and Arizona just did a good job. This is the draw, and they had a blitz on, and they missed the tackle in the backfield, and there's not many people left.
Oh, there isn't. Flag goes down right there. It was interesting. It's been pushing, obviously, you can see.
It's just you're not allowed to hit people in the back in this game of football, and you're not allowed to hit them in the head. And there's the initial part of it. Jock makes a good break here, gets some good blocks.
Now, is this one of these great offensive call against the defense?
Well, we're fortunate. A lot of times you run a draw against the blitz and you get tackled for a 3 or 4 yard loss. So that 1 foot was really close, but
yes, it was.
This was right on it.
And the extra point is up. Washington leads 28-6, and you breathe a little sigh of relief now. Now you try an onside kick. Question is why?
Well, there's no use kicking it out of the stadium and giving them the ball in the 30 yards. So, we've always done it. I've been head coach 14 years, and that's basic football.
Now, Arizona called it a cheap shot.
Yeah, I can't understand that. The game's not over. If he's been paying attention to the scores around the league lately, there have been some fantastic fourth-quarter upsets, and when they get in, they get their touchdown, they're really back in it if they can get an onside kick. So, but we come back and we lose the onside kick opportunity, come back, get a good sack right here. Jenkins
back in the ball game.
9-yard loss, and Ronnie Holmes gets credit again.
So 2nd and 19 at the 14 for Arizona, trailing 28-6, and obviously they have to throw the ball. Barnett, the outside. Look at this hit, not bad either.
Yeah, this little dump off pattern, and Jim's he's got every opportunity just to read it, take off on
15. Oh, that's a great catch.
Drops one in here, and Johnson made a great catch, as you mentioned. He stayed with the ball. The ball was out, tipped a little bit, but he stayed right with it.
1st and 10 at the 35. Jenkins. Oh, what a hit that was.
Albert Tafono comes up and hits Dobbins after he catches the ball. They rule it a fumble. Andy Tafono.
See it again. Now watch. Tafono 41.
He's got the ball tucked away. And
bang.
There's Albert. Gets up and gets a good hit. Here comes Bo Yates, but
Fuimaono.
Andy Fuimaono gets it.
You're playing those number 2s in there right now. 1st and 10.
Got some young players in. There's got David Toyan here at fullback. Picks up by 1. Now we're going to come back and fumble exchange. That's something you can't do. That's one of the first plays we put in our offense, and so basic and fundamental that we've got to be able to execute.
1st and 10 now for Arizona. Jenkins throwing long. Knows he has to go for all of it. Overthrows his man, and Bestie Jackson has it.
Yeah, it didn't last long, did it?
No, it didn't at all. And Jenkins, you really felt sorry for him. He turned around and just kind of went, threw his hands up in the air after that.
Well, his receiver never looked for the ball. He still never, ever looked back for the ball. And I'm sure that's one of the things that Alfred maybe is a little bit concerned with. Torrey for 2.
6 pass interceptions yesterday. 4 fumble recovers.
There's a toss sweep to Cookie Jackson. Picks up about 3.
3rd and 5. Jackson, you just run out the clock here.
Yeah, we don't need to throw the ball. We've got a 3rd and 5, and Cookie gets 6, so we got a 1st down. And that's what you like to do in the end of the game is just run a little ball control offense. We call it a victory offense. We come back with a handoff, back handoff, and do lose 1.
So 2nd and 11 at the 37. Cookie again, no gain. Now they know what you're going to do now too.
Yeah, they know we're probably not going to put it up.
3rd and 11. Jackson to the outside.
If Larry got mad when we onside kicked against him, he'd probably have a heart attack. They'd throw a pass right here.
But now you give him this play, just a bad pass from center.
Well, it was a high pass, but Thane's got to be able to catch that. You know, we can't excuse either one. Get the ball down, but you've got both hands on the ball, and you've got to catch it. Now you've got to get on it. You know, don't keep it alive for them. Just get on it. Don't try to pick it up. You know, look like Thane was trying to pick it up and do something.
Yeah, just dive on a football.
Yeah, our defense got a chance now, but now when they get in the end zone, we don't. We let our defense out and try to stop or go for 2.
So your offense gives up 2 touchdowns to them. Defense should have had a shutout. They go for 2. Jenkins throwing.
Joe Krakowski gets another interception.
And I think he thought he was going to run for a touchdown right there.
Yeah, I think Joe knows the rules, but he thought he'd have a little fun.
That would have been 105 yards the other way. You win at 28-12. You must feel really good about the fact your offense could do something, and the defense played so well.
Yeah, again, there's no question about it. The defense had a just tremendous day. The offense made some progress, but we cannot turn the ball over 9 times, ever again.
Ever again.
No.
Only 3 games left to go this season. 8-0. We'll be back. Go to the Husky locker room right after this. Do every week, go in the Husky locker room, talk to the players about the football game. This time, the win over Arizona.
Paul Sicro came in and did a fantastic job for us. Scrambled the ball, ran, you know, handed the ball off. It was great. You know, it just came together. We got some good blocks, good holes, and the running backs, Jock, you know, had a great run on that draw play, and it was just, I don't know, we just came together.
Exciting, Steve, to score a touchdown, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I liked that a lot.
What was your reaction when you looked up and said, I had the ball in your hand?
At first, I didn't know what to do with it. I kind of went in shock, I think, and because I don't even remember what happened now. It was fun. I was just happy I can go out there and be a part of this. I was been waiting for a long time, and I was just feel fortunate that God gave me the opportunity to go out and help this team out. It was fun.
A little nervous when you went out there the first time?
Yeah, a little bit, but once I knew I could get the job done and provide the leadership, and I just knew we just needed someone to go out there and make things happen, and I had a little adversity to begin with, but it worked out well, and I'm glad we can win like we did.
That was a great football game for us offensively. I mean, we really got after Arizona's defense. We were just trying to go out and try to just prove to ourselves that we can move the ball up and down the field on almost anybody's defense.
Paul Sicro coming in seemed to give you a lift in that second half.
Well, we look for him as a big mental lift for us. He comes in and he really gets the guys. He talks to us in the huddle a lot, and he just does a lot of positive things for us.
Well, I think the main thing is that, we're 8-0 and we won the ball game and still looking good in the Rose Bowl picture and the national picture. So I feel good about that. And I couldn't stand here and lie to you and tell you that I was real thrilled about my own personal thing, but I certainly am proud of Sicro and the offense got her going. So that's the main thing.
I think today was pretty much a defensive day. The weather was, it's kind of bad, and the ball was kind of hard to hold on to, and I think that was a problem. And the defense came out with turnovers.
Did you feel going out there you could do what you did against Arizona and sort of dominate the game defensively?
No, I knew it was going to be a tough game, but I didn't have any idea it was going to turn out the way it did, and it just came around for us, I guess.
I'm real thrilled the way the defense played. As far as myself, I think that's about my best game I had since I've been here at the University of Washington. It was great.
A couple interceptions and all the rest of it. That's exciting, isn't it?
It's real exciting, especially interception. All my friends are getting interceptions 2 a game. Joe Kelly, Tim Member. I figured, one day was going to be my day. So just in the right place at the right time.
The offensive feel a little vindicated now. The fact they were able to put some points on the scoreboard.
Well, I hope so. I hope we get the press off our backs and just get a little confidence. I think more than anything, we were just coming into this game wondering if maybe we were as bad as everybody was saying we were. And finally, even though we turned the ball over a lot, which we haven't all year, it's kind of unusual, we scored when we had to, and we got some drives together and did what we needed to do.
I'll tell you, 8-0 is something that I've never, been through, and it's sure nice. It was a tough win today. They were a good football team.
Tough as you thought they would be?
Yeah, they were tough. You know, they did some things I didn't expect them to do. They came out in a lot more shock, and I expected them to run a little more with the conditions, you know, the weather the way it was. But they came out and threw the ball, and you know, our defense came up with some turnovers, and the offense came around the second half, and we just put it together, and things worked out great.
They worked out great for Washington. As Tim Meamber mentioned, 8-0 right now, leading the Pac-10 Conference in the Rose Bowl race, while they're one game behind U.S. California. And will Paul Sicaro be your starting quarterback against Cal? Did he earn that?
We haven't made the decision yet.
Do you make that decision then this week?
As I mentioned to the press yesterday, is that we evaluate the film today, and I haven't met my staff yet, so those decisions will all be made after this show's over.
Okay, now let's go to the scoreboard. Show you the Pac-10 Conference race and the scores from yesterday. Washington State over Oregon, 50-41. Reuben May's an NCAA rushing record. Incredible, isn't it?
Well, it's hard to see how anybody could move the ball in Oregon the way we did, and we couldn't get anything out of it, and to score that many points, that's an incredible display of offense.
Cougars begin to scare you a little bit. USC over California, 31-7.
That's a big game. It fiercely contested, and a lot of hot rivalries, and of course we'll play both teams now.
Okay, also in the Pac-10, UCLA defeats Arizona State. You had to be rooting for the Sun Devils to win that one maybe yesterday.
Well, that's fine, but, you know, we've just got to take care of our own job and not worry about what the rest of the people do.
Oregon State blows a 21-0 lead to lose.
That was tough on Joe Avisano. You know, you go in the locker room 21-0 at halftime, and you've got to feel like you might have a chance.
Pac-10 conference race, the race to the Rose Bowl looks like this. USC 5-0, Washington 4-0, UCLA 3-1, and Washington State now 2-2, and that's interesting.
Well, it's not over, and with as many games as we have to play, a lot of things can happen.
Let's go now to the Big Ten. Iowa now leads. That's a surprise. 5-1 with Ohio State, Purdue, and Michigan all time.
Well, again, I don't think people thought that Ohio State would go to Wisconsin and lose. It looked like it'd probably be Ohio State and Iowa, but Iowa's in the driver's seat right now.
That's right. Purdue and Michigan, incidentally, play this next weekend. Now, the schedule in the Pac-10 coming up this week. USC at Stanford. That becomes an important ball game.
Well, John Pay may get back, and of course, you know, he's an outstanding young quarterback, and he could certainly help the Stanford offense.
Oregon at UCLA.
Well, I'm sure Rich Brooks, after starting out 4-0 and having 4 straight defeats, you know, he's going to try and get his team ready to play.
Also in the Pac-10, Oregon State at Washington State.
Again, you've got to like the way the Cougars are playing right now.
Oh, yeah. Utah State at Arizona. Interesting to play out of the conference this time of the year.
Well, Utah State's having a very struggle, a tremendous struggle. So Arizona probably will be able to win handily.
Also outside the conference, Florida State at Arizona State.
It'll be a good, tough game for Arizona State. Florida State's got good players, and they're having a good year.
And California at Washington. Now, tell me about the California Bears. Now, what about California? They've had some problems.
Well, they're a passing team. They've been a little bit of a roller coaster team. They've played some very good football, and they've had some tough games, but I think a lot will depend on whether Gilbert's back. He did not play last week, so if he can get back against us, it'll spark their offense. They can throw the ball.
Do you have any word on that? Do you know whether he might be back?
Again, I heard that he was dressed Saturday, but it was his decision whether to play or not, but I would guess that if he was that close Saturday, that he'd definitely be ready by our game.
Now, you concerned this could be a down week? I mean, here all at once, big game against Arizona. You got USC after that, Washington State. Cal isn't playing that well.
Now, we're not afraid. We can't afford to be down. You know, it can't. That play can't be in our playbook.
How good is this football team right now?
Well, our defense is everybody could see what they're doing. They're just playing great football, and hopefully our offense can come up and complement our defense, and I think then we'll have a good football team.
Oh, yeah. Would you ever believe you'd be 8-0 this time of the year?
Well, at the beginning of the season, you know, we hope we can win them all.
We'll see what happens. 3 more to go. Next week, Washington against California. Join us for the highlights. I'm Bruce King. For Don James, good afternoon.
Husky Football has been brought to you by the brewers of Mountain Fresh Rainier and Rainier Light, 2 great tastes in beer, and Rainier's Western Washington distributors. And by your local Puget Sound Honda dealers, where the quality goes on and on. And by Seafirst Bank. Expect excellence for all your banking